Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Jesse Lingard has just signed a new £100,000 a week contract with Manchester United. Sorry, I was just putting the kettle on there, but I realised it would be too loud. And he's broken the internet. Reaction to it is, Beckhouse says straight away he's not worth 10k a week, let alone 100,000 a week. It's a joke, says Sander Sagers. I'm going to take more of your comments, but you know what? It'd be very easy for me to come on here and say, look, Jesse Lingard, not really a Manchester United player. Why are we giving him a 4-year contract and £100,000 a week? It's ridiculous. And I understand where people are coming from with that. But there's two things, well, there's a few things I want to say. But first of all, I just want to say this. His contract was up next summer, so he only had 1 year left on his contract. So the club's got to do something. They either give him a new contract or they don't give him a new contract and he'll end up playing out till Christmas and then he can talk to other clubs and he goes for nothing, which is ridiculous for a 25-year-old player, which he will be by then, that we've invested with for years and years. So you've got to get something. So essentially, him and his agent deserve a pat on the back from a business point of view. Put yourself in his shoes. He's got the club over a barrel. We've got to do something. This has been going on for months as well. And remember around just before Christmas, there was something in the media saying that Lingard wasn't going to sign a contract unless he got £100,000 a week. So he'd probably been offered 80 or something like that. Let's not forget, he's now on more money than Herrera and Bailly. I'll let that sink in for a minute. But ultimately, the club had to do something, and I think he had us over a barrel, I really do. You know, he wasn't going to sign a contract unless he got 100k a week. So that's one thing. And then the second thing, if you just take the emotion away from it, Manchester United youth player who's been at the club every week and tries really hard every time he plays, whether he's talented or not, signs new £100,000 a week contract. Is there any controversy in that? Well, put it this way. If you think £100,000 a week is too much for Lingard, of course it is. But Manchester United can afford it. They've got loads of money. And faceless Americans who bought our club and put us into a load of debt, they earn millions of pounds a week. So, you know, would you rather surely it's better that it's going to players. I think the big issue with Lingard really comes down to the fact as to whether you think he's Manchester United quality or not. And I don't sit on the fence because I don't do that. I don't like splinters on my bottom. But it's so hard to judge at the moment whether Lingard's a Manchester United player or not. And he's not a first-team player. I would agree with that. He's not a first-team player at all. But he's a squad player, as Lucas just said there. And he's happy to have him in the squad. There's an English premium as well, I've got to say that. Let's not forget John Stones and Raheem Sterling went for £50 million a pair. I mean, they are not worth half of that. There is an English premium. And let's not forget there is a homegrown rule and Lingard ticks the boxes. I mean, Manchester City are desperate to sign English players because they are struggling to adhere to this homegrown rule. So Lingard staying at the club as a squad player, as a homegrown player, obviously ticks that box. But is he a Manchester United player good enough to be on our bench? At the moment he is, because we're not performing. But if we want to be league winners and we want to be Champions League contenders, then is Jesse Lingard really somebody you want on your bench? Probably not, but I think he's a decent squad player at this moment in time. And I think the club has, and the manager has, been put over a barrel by the player, the situation that he's in. He's got a lot of things to his credit. He's come through the youth, and some people say, well, the youth is like this mythical aura that allows you to be treated better than everybody else. You know, fair argument. Second, he's English, which definitely gives you added value and importance, whether you're good or you're not. And third, he's only got a year left on his contract, so he's basically been able to dig in his feet. You know, Manchester United may well have offered him £60,000 a week, or £70,000, or even £80,000 a week. And he has obviously said, no, it's £100,000 a week or I'm off. And the club's then they've got a decision to make, haven't they? A big decision to make. Do you want to let him go for nothing, or do you get him on a contract? I mean, £100,000 a week is a lot of money, but it's a 4-year contract. In a year's time, if he's nowhere near the squad, you sell him to Aston Villa when they've been promoted. Like some people have said, you sell him for 10 million, you recoup a bit of your money, don't you? So from a business point of view, it makes sense in the circumstances. It doesn't make sense to pay Jesse Lingard £100,000 a week. I understand people's frustration that. I really, really do. But it is one of those things. And, you know, he has broken the internet because, you know, other rivals, other big accounts on Twitter, they jump on it because Jesse Lingard getting £100,000 a week there's an element of embarrassment to that. But there's a bigger picture with that. I mean, I don't want to go down this route, and maybe we can talk about it on my channel, the Mark Goldbridge channel, at 9 o'clock tonight when I do my Q&A after the United Stand show at 8:30. But there is a bigger question here. We as fans, like the 20s plenty thing has come out, obviously, and I'm just going to go closer to my internet because it's a bit dodgy. The 20s plenty thing has come out, and that has obviously caused a few issues with away games and how much you should pay. But the reality is there's so much money in football at the moment, and that in itself generates an issue. You might remember this background now from my FIFA playing. It generates the issue that there is so much money in football, and clubs can afford to pay people like Jesse Lingard 100 grand a week. And there's definitely a moral issue there, that it's immoral that somebody who's not that particularly good at football gets £100,000 a week. You know, that's £5.2 million a year. To be Jesse Lingard, you know, maybe he's getting a bit of extra for his dabs and his dancing, I don't know, but it is immoral, and I understand where players and fans are coming from that, and ultimately the fans who go to the games, the people who buy the merchandise, your money, but more importantly, your Sky subscriptions, your BT Sports subscriptions, or wherever you live subscriptions. That is why Jesse Lingard gets paid 100 grand a week. That's why Wayne Rooney's hardly played any football this year and gets paid 300 grand a week. There is a lot of money in football, but I understand why Manchester United have signed him. I think he's got to be signed on a contract because you can't let him go for nothing. I think he's got us by the balls, and it's a brilliant bit of agent work, and Lingard must be dabbing all over Manchester at the moment. And it is life. I wouldn't get wound up about it. I would not get wound up about it. He's not a £100,000 a week player. No, he's not. I'm still in that question mark about whether he is a Manchester United squad player. At the moment, he definitely is. At times, he's a first-team player. But when we sort it out, whether he's on the bench or not, I don't know. But ultimately, in a year's time, we'll know the answer to that question. And if he's not on the bench, I would imagine he'd go up for sale. And to be honest, the season he's had at the moment, as bad as people think he is, the season he's had this season, I'll tell you what, there'd be a lot of mid-table teams who would sign him. And we'd probably get about 10 to 15 million pounds for him. So don't let it worry you about too much. That's what I would say. We had to do something with a year left on his contract. You can't let him go for anything, for nothing. He's in a fantastic position. English, premium, that you're always going to pay. It is ridiculous the amount of money he's being paid, but it's ridiculous a lot of what footballers get paid. And we just have to swallow it and get on with it. If he was in the first team next year, I think we've got something to worry about. But we know the squad's in a mess. We know that, you know, Jesse Lingard really isn't a player that's a quality player that's going to win us the title. And I'm sure the club know that. But from a business point of view, we've had to do it and we move on. Interesting about Alexis Sanchez. I want to talk about that a bit later tonight. But credible sources that we've approached him. I'd love him to come to Manchester United because he's Premier League proven, and I think he has the capability to have that sort of impact of a Van Persie. I'd happily, as much as I like Zlatan, I'd happily let Zlatan go and we got Sanchez. That would be brilliant, as VK Dean says. But I've got a very good video for you tonight. A very good video. We're live at 8:30. Drop a like on the video if you like this sort of a content. We can do this more and more. I mean, the studios are nice, but I think we're approaching the summer now. So maybe some fast reaction videos are a good idea, but let us know what you think. But tonight's show, as a little teaser for those who've bothered to watch this, tonight's show is the 5 transfers Manchester United need to make to progress next season. It's not 5 out, it's not 5 in. It's 5 transfers Manchester United need to make. So it might be 2 in, 3 out, might be renewals of contracts. I know who I'm going to talk about. I'm just letting you have a little think about it because I think it's going to be a really good video. So join us for that live at 8:30. And like I say, straight after that, I've got on my channel, be around 9 o'clock, Mark Goldbridge Q&A, where you can just ask anything you want. So drop us a like and all that jazz. And actually, just remind you, because I may as well go for 10 minutes on this video, make sure that you... I'm obviously doing this on my phone, and I said last night we are looking to get a few people involved. So if you think you can do this sort of thing, especially if you're Manchester based, because we're looking for some match day vlogs. We're not looking to do van cams. Somebody else does that. We're not treading on their toes. We're looking to do match day vlogs. So if you think you can walk around with a fairly decent phone and do a match day vlog, or you think, you know, where you live, you can do reactions and stuff like that, remember, Soccerbox TV, all one word, at gmail.com. Send us a message and we'll do that. Thanks for watching. Give us your thoughts on the Lingard thing below, because I know a lot of you won't have been watching this live. And we'll speak to you very soon. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you at 8:30.